It's been 5 years, and the promise that was made by 193 countries and governments of 193 countries, including India, are just not doing it fast enough. So now who do we rely upon? Why are we as global citizen here at WEF today is to implore upon high net worth individuals, multinationals, people who can actually afford to give large chunks of money, because the amount of money that we need and the gap that we have right now is at 350 billion US dollars per year. That's how much money we need to be able to eradicate extreme poverty, and not just poverty, extreme poverty, which is people living under $1.90 a day. So it's going to require a lot of muscle. It's going to require big movements, and that's what we're here for. Me, as someone who has a public platform and the ability to leverage that platform to have people feel and understand what we're trying to say, give the message across of what Global Citizen stands for, and the ammunition in people's hands to be able to make that difference. Like Hugh said, collectively our voices are so loud. We just have to have a platform to be able to do it, and Global Citizen gives people that platform, a safe space where we can collectively, as citizens of humanity, raise a voice. Because if the privileged societies, privileged countries, and the privileged don't take responsibility, no one else is going to stand for people who live in extreme poverty, and that's the ultimate human suffering. I have to say and give this credit to my mother. She ingrained that in my brain since I was a very, very young girl. She said every girl needs to be financially independent. So you're not just someone's wife or someone's daughter or someone's sister. Your identity will be defined by your ability to be independent. And that comes with finance in the world that we live today. And when I met Sadhna, and I'll never forget this girl, and I'll take 2 minutes to tell you the story. We were doing a UNICEF trip, and this girl comes from an extremely poor family, did not have the ability to go to school, and her mum used to stitch. So her parents got really sick. Her mum used to sew, and she started a business within her village of creating like blouses for saris or shirts or mending buttons, or, you know, and slowly she increased that business into, like, she bought, how many she had? I think 4 sewing machines in her little hut. And she created a business through which she financed her parents' ailments and was able to get them treatment. And she didn't go to school. And life skill is such an important part of, you know, developing countries, where people may not have the access to go to school, but they learn life skills and have the ability to find their feet on the ground. And especially for girls, because, you know, as much as we say, guys, poverty is sexist. Women get the, you know, the brunt of it the most. There's such a the kind of problems that women deal with culturally, in so many ways, but legally, men don't have to deal with as much, and especially in poor places. So it was such a win to see Sadhna do what she did. We're still at a place where, you know, a lot of countries around the world, women literally make a third of what men make for the same job, and that is not okay. The example that you used about the representation of women in Davos, that is not okay. When a woman is ambitious, she's too pushy, or she's too bossy, or she's not nice, because women should be nice when they conduct business. But when men put their foot down, they're admired and they're looked up to. Oh my gosh, he's so like courageous and he's such a leader.
Strong.
It's going to take our generation of women to fight through these stereotypes and push through them and hear these mean, vile things, and actually have ourselves represented in positions of power. And that will happen by us helping each other and holding a hand out for each other. If you think about it, this is probably the first time in history where we can so vocally see women pull each other up. And that's only because opportunity is being created for women. The lack of opportunity made women fight each other for such a long time. I mean, the women before us, the women that fought for our right to vote, the women that fought for our right to drive or to have jobs, they're the reason you and I can sit here today and have this conversation.
Absolutely.
And I'm supremely grateful for them. But the generation of women that we are seeing right now have empowered girls like Greta or girls like Nadia or Emma to stand in front of world leaders and demand their attention, because our generation has held each other up and encouraged each other and said, you know what, I got you. Girl love, girl power, empower each other. Even in my industry. I mean, when I started working in the business about 20 years ago, the guys decided who was going to be cast, right?
Yes.
Today, I can have a conversation with a colleague of mine and say, you know what, you want to produce something? Because I like this part and I think it'd be a great part for you. I mean, hey Reese, hey Nicole, you want to make Big Little Lies? And that's what happens.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. We have taken charge of our own lives. And that is just an extremely wonderful legacy to leave for the next generation. I want my kids to grow up in a world where world leaders have heard out Greta's grievances, you know, or have listened to Greta's generation of girls.